A man secretly opened the prison door and sneakily stared at the woman inside. The imprisoned woman is Sasha, who tried and failed to assassinate Negan. The reason why men come here is because they see Sasha's beauty and have the idea to take advantage of her.
If I give you some water, which is not something I'm supposed to do, something you're not supposed to do.
Faced with such humiliation, Sasha remained strong and calmly told him to go to hell. This blow directly caused the man to fall to the ground in pain, and his handsome face was actually hit by this woman. Men have even less scruples.
Hey! I can see that you're trying to rape this woman. Do you really think I need you to answer that?
Negan couldn't tolerate the vile intentions of his subordinates. It was something he despised. Negan had already established rules. No coercion was allowed here, so the man would face consequences. Sasha had no gratitude towards Negan, and she would never forget how Abraham died. Negan acted gentlemanly, ordering another subordinate to bring a new shirt and help Sasha cut the ropes. To Negan, the attack last night seemed like a minor scuffle, and the deaths of a few subordinates were inconsequential. Negan found Sasha familiar and soon remembered who she was. This woman was part of Rick's group and had witnessed Negan brutally killing Glenn and Abraham in that forest. Sasha's response was to avoid jeopardizing Rick and the others' plans. Negan laughed and then said, "Whether or not, you must think you're going to die. After all, you broke in and killed so many of my men, but unfortunately for you, things won't unfold as you expect." Saying this, Negan placed his knife on the ground and added, "Now the knife is yours. You can try to pick it up and kill me. However, I'll be standing over you with my baseball bat, and that wouldn't be a wise choice. Alternatively, you can try to take your own life. Of course, that would be a shame. You can also use the knife to kill the soon-to-be resurrected zombies and redeem yourself, becoming one of my saviors. I admire your courage, and in the future, you could help me run this place. Although our initial encounter was not pleasant, we will always go through some difficult journeys together." Negan turned and left, giving Sasha time to contemplate. Eugene brought some things to make Sasha more comfortable.
What did they do to you?
They're keeping me safe.
He also conveyed Negan's offer to her and tried to convince her to join the Saviors, saying that she could have the same treatment as him. Sasha didn't look at Eugene, she simply stared at the wall in silence. Eugene also understands that Sasha is complaining that he has no backbone, but Eugene told Sasha that he knew he was a coward by nature, and that he thought he would be a survivor like Abraham. But that night in the woods Eugene was really scared, the most scared he'd ever been in his life, and it felt terrible to be slowly waiting to die. From time to time Eugene still dreamt about it, but now that he was here he was much more secure in the fact that he didn't have to think about it anymore. "Please agree," Eugene pleaded. "I don't want to watch you die." Though Sasha didn't accept his plea, she no longer blamed Eugene, understanding that everyone's choices were different.
Go.
People like Abraham would never bow down. With a sense of helplessness, Eugene turned and left. Meanwhile, within the hilltop, their leader Gregory had a new idea. Recently, people have even begun to think of Maggie as the leader of the hilltop, and Rick's team is planning to resist the Saviors. This made Gregory extremely uneasy. Gregory then called one of his men and told him to pack his things and get ready to leave the place together. He was going to tell Negan, choosing the right side was the key to survival. 2 hours later, Negan opened the cell to see what Sasha would choose, and he was pleased with the result. Sasha had killed a zombie and was standing quietly on the side. Expressing her submission, Negan picked up a knife, but he wasn't really going to leave it for Sasha.
That is a damn good start, bud.
Although Sasha was willing to join the Saviors, she would have to be observed for a while. Then Negan told Sasha some news. He had heard from a little bird that Rick and his friends were up to something, and that wasn't a good thing.
And well, that is gonna be a big day.
Tomorrow they're going to the Alexandria safe zone, and you're going to help me correct them. Sasha was afraid. It was obvious that Negan was using her to deal with Rick. She suddenly regretted acting rashly. A few minutes later, Eugene came to the door. He had heard that Sasha agreed to join the Saviors and came in a hurry to confirm. Sasha didn't hide anything and told Eugene that she had only pretended to join the Saviors to find a chance to kill Negan, but now the situation was not good, as Negan had already discovered Rick's plan and was using Sasha as a hostage. Sasha begged Eugene to help her find something, a knife or glass, anything that would let her commit suicide. She didn't want to involve her family. Eugene was also feeling heavy-hearted but said he would consider it. In the evening, Sasha was anxiously pacing in the room, waiting for Eugene's message. Soon after, Eugene came and handed her a pill he had made himself. It would cause death within half an hour of ingestion. The only thing to be grateful for was that the pill would not cause much pain. Sasha sighed with relief, but she was also sad that she would die with this little pill. However, Sasha quickly adjusted her mood, and her face was full of determination.
I want you to go.
Eugene quickly left, knowing that if he was found helping Sasha, he would also suffer. That night, Rick and the others returned to the community after searching for weapons outside. They were greeted by Rosita, who had escaped. Enid immediately asked about Sasha's whereabouts, but Rosita didn't answer, only telling them that someone had come. The group followed her to the basement and saw who it was. Dwight. Dwight also stood up and looked at the crowd. Daryl was instantly agitated when he saw that it was Dwight. He wanted to crush the scum so badly. Dwight not only killed Denise, but also tortured him for a long time. It's a good thing that a few people are trying to stop Daryl. But Rick decided to wait and see.
You want to help? I do. Okay. Get on your knees. Look at me. Why?
Dwight knelt down and looked at Rick in the eye, saying that he wanted to stop all of this and kill Negan.
Why don't you kill him? It can't just be me. They're all Negan. I want Negan dead.
Tara asked about Denise, her girlfriend, whom Dwight had killed, a doctor who had helped many people. Dwight said he wasn't aiming at Denise. In fact, Dwight wasn't really trying to kill Denise at the time, because he wasn't very good with the crossbow at the time and he missed. Daryl didn't believe him because he was filled with resentment.
You planned it this way. You go ahead. I'm sorry. I know you want to.
Tara, who's standing in the back, also tells Daryl to kill Dwight to avenge Denise's death. Rick and Michonne thought they shouldn't trust Dwight, as he might be there to spy on Daryl's whereabouts. Dwight then told Daryl that he used to be Negan's man but was no longer, and that everything he had done was for his wife, Sherry, who had escaped. Dwight said they could work together to dismantle the Saviors.
Daryl, you knew her.
You knew me then. She just got away.
Daryl wanted to kill Dwight, but he didn't because he knew Dwight had lost his wife to Negan. Rosita then told them that Sasha had been captured, but they did not know her current condition.
They have Sasha.
Using Dwight might help them save Sasha. Dwight said Negan would be coming tomorrow with 3 trucks and over 20 Saviors. He could help them stall the Saviors, and Dwight would look for something to block the way and help Rick and the others delay their preparations a bit.
I can slow them down.
If they could kill the Saviors, he would spread a false message that everything was going well. Then they could use the trucks to go directly to the Saviors' base and rescue Sasha.
I can lead you right inside.
Finally, Rick let Dwight go. Even though he was normally cautious, Rick could see the look in Dwight's eyes, and he also trusted Daryl's judgment.
I don't give a damn if he's sorry. When this is done,
Daryl made up his mind to punish Dwight after this was over, regardless of whether he regretted what he had done. The next morning, the battle was about to begin. Rick sent Jesus and Enid back to the hilltop and entrusted his daughter to them, asking them to tell Maggie to stay put.
He doesn't know that Gregory's gone.
It's a very tough decision.
If they lose this battle today, at least no more people will die. Maggie was in a dilemma. Gregory had fled, and she was now the leader of the hilltop. She didn't know whether to listen to Rick or go to support him. Meanwhile, the kingdom received the message and was preparing for battle. Carol and Morgan were also getting ready.
We've seen this before.
What the hell? He's dead.
For the glory of victory.